Have you ever noticed that the more you tell yourself just a little more sleep, the heavier your body feels when you finally get up? Have you ever wondered why a habit that looks like rest can slowly turn into a force that pulls you away from your purpose, your peace, and even your basic joy in living? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something that almost everyone has wrestled with, but very few people dare to look at deeply. Sleeping, rest, recovery, and that thin line where healthy rest quietly turns into attachment, escape, and a slow leak of life force. Here are the two main ideas we are going to explore together. First, real rest restores you, but oversleeping often does the opposite. It numbs you in the moment, then leaves you emptier, foggier, and more irritated. Not because you are weak, but because the mind is using sleep as a hiding place. Second, when sleep becomes a craving, it becomes karmic. It starts shaping your destiny through small daily choices. You lose time, you lose clarity, you lose opportunities to plant good causes, and the heart begins to dull. And when the heart dulls, compassion and wisdom do not disappear in one dramatic moment. They fade little by little, like a lamp running out of oil. Let me tell you a story that might feel uncomfortably familiar. There is a man I will call Daniel. Daniel is not lazy in the way people imagine laziness. He works hard. He tries to be kind. He feels guilty when he disappoints others. He even cares about spiritual growth. He listens to teachings. He tries to reflect. He wants to become calmer and wiser. On the surface, he is doing fine. But Daniel has a secret habit that is slowly eating his life from the inside. Every morning, the alarm rings. He opens his eyes for a moment, and the world rushes in. Responsibilities, messages, unfinished tasks, social pressure, family expectation, money worries, health worries. It is as if the day arrives carrying a heavy bag and drops it on his chest. And then a voice appears in his mind, soft and persuasive, like a friend. It says, "Not today. Just a little more. You deserve it. You are tired. You can start later." Daniel hits snooze. The first snooze feels sweet, like a small rebellion against pressure, like a tiny pocket of safety. For a few minutes, he disappears. Then the alarm rings again. The voice returns. It says, "Just a bit more. You can catch up. Everyone else is also tired. It is fine." Daniel hits snooze again. Sometimes he does this 3 times. Sometimes 5. Sometimes he does it until the morning becomes late. And now the sweetness turns into anxiety. He jumps up, rushes, skips breakfast, skips quiet, skips the dignity of beginning the day with intention. He runs into the day already behind. And here is the strange part. Even though he slept more, he feels worse. He feels heavier. His mind feels cloudy. His mood is fragile. And now, because he is rushing, he becomes sharper with people. He drives impatiently. He speaks abruptly. He blames traffic. He blames time. He blames the world. Then at night, he feels regret. He tells himself he will do better tomorrow. He tells himself he just needs more discipline. But the next morning, the same pattern repeats. If you have lived this, you know it is not really about sleep. It is about something deeper. Daniel is using sleep as an escape from the first pain of waking up. That first pain is not physical. It is existential. It is the moment when reality returns. The moment when you remember who expects what from you. The moment when you remember your fear of failing. The moment when you remember your unfinished emotions. So sleep becomes a hiding place. A blanket becomes a cave. The pillow becomes a gate back into unconsciousness. In many spiritual traditions, there is a term for this. It is not a moral insult. It is a description of a mind state. It is the heaviness of sloth and torpor. The mind becomes dull. The heart becomes reluctant. And the body feels like it is made of stone. When this state takes over, you do not just lose hours. You lose brightness. And brightness is not some poetic idea. Brightness is the ability to see clearly, the ability to choose wisely, the ability to respond instead of react, the ability to remember your vows and your values in the middle of temptation. When brightness fades, karma grows stronger, because karma thrives in unconsciousness. Now let me pause and say something important. Rest is good. Sleep is necessary. Recovery is compassion. This video is not telling you to punish yourself or treat your body like an enemy. If you are exhausted, if you are ill, if you are overworked, your first practice might be to rest properly and restore. That is wisdom too. But we are talking about a specific pattern. The pattern where extra sleep does not heal you. It hides you. And the more you hide, the more life becomes threatening, and the more you want to hide again. That cycle can become a quiet road toward suffering. Some teachings use strong language for this road. They describe it as a downward pull. Not because a deity is angry with you, but because your habits create momentum. When you repeatedly choose unconsciousness over clarity, you create a destiny of dullness. And dullness leads to mistakes. Mistakes lead to conflict. Conflict leads to more exhaustion. Exhaustion leads to more escape. And the cycle deepens. This is how a person can rift into their own personal hell. Not in a dramatic way, but in a slow, ordinary way. A hell of constant lateness. A hell of constant self-blame. A hell of constant anxiety. A hell of missed opportunities. A hell of relationships slowly cooling because you are always irritated and never present. Daniel does not see it at first. He thinks it is just sleep. He thinks it is harmless. He thinks he can fix it later. Then, something happens. One day, Daniel oversleeps and misses an important meeting. It is not the kind of meeting that ends your career, but it is serious enough. He makes excuses. He blames traffic. He blames his phone. His boss does not shout, but the boss looks disappointed. Daniel feels a sting in his chest. That night, Daniel cannot relax. He realizes something frightening. The habit is no longer just a habit. It is shaping his reputation. It is shaping how others trust him. It is shaping his future. He decides he must change. So he tries a common approach. He becomes harsh with himself. He sets multiple alarms. He puts his phone far away. He tells himself he is weak and must force discipline. For 2 days, it works. He wakes up. He feels proud. Then he crashes. Because he did not change the route. He only fought the surface. Then on the 3rd day, the old voice returns. But now it is stronger because it carries a new story. It says, "You failed before. You will fail again. You are tired anyway. Just sleep. You can restart next week." Daniel hits snooze. And when he wakes later, he feels not only tired, he feels ashamed. This is where many people get stuck. They think the problem is lack of willpower. But willpower is not enough when the mind is seeking safety. So what is the real solution? The real solution begins with seeing the hidden emotion under the sleep craving. For Daniel, the hidden emotion is dread. Dread of responsibility. Dread of pressure. Dread of facing his own life. Once he sees this, he stops treating sleep like the enemy. He starts treating dread like the teacher. He asks himself, what am I afraid to face when I wake up? What am I running from? And the answer surprises him. He is not only afraid of work. He is afraid of his own thoughts. He is afraid of feeling behind. He is afraid of not being good enough. He is afraid of disappointing others. He is afraid that his life is not meaningful. When he sees this, he finally understands why extra sleep never heals him. Because sleep cannot solve existential fear. It can only delay it, and delay makes fear grow. Now let me show you how he changes. Because the way he changes is the part that can change your life too. Daniel does not begin with a heroic plan. He begins with one small vow. He says, when my eyes open, I will sit up. That is all. Even if I feel tired, Even if I do not feel ready, I will sit up. The next morning, the alarm rings. His eyes open. The dread arrives. The voice says, "Just a little more." Aniel remembers the vow. He does not argue with the voice. He does not fight. He simply sits up. And something subtle happens. Sitting up breaks the spell. When you sit up, the body changes position. The nervous system shifts. The mind loses a little of its grip. He sits on the edge of the bed and takes 3 slow breaths. Then he adds a second vow. "I will touch the floor with my feet." He does it. Then he adds a third vow. "I will wash my face with water." He does it. This is not dramatic, but it is the birth of a new karma. I karma of waking. I karma of choosing clarity. I karma of stepping out of the cave. After washing his face, he still feels dread, but now he has a little space. And in that space, he can do something that changes everything. He speaks to his own mind with compassion and firmness. He says, "I know you are afraid. I know you want to hide. But hiding is not kindness. Hiding is not rest. Hiding is a slow theft of our life. Today we will face the day gently, one step at a time." This is compassion, not indulgence. Compassion with wisdom. In Buddhist psychology, wisdom and compassion are not separate. Wisdom sees cause and effect. Compassion responds skillfully. When you combine them, you create a path. Now, I want to bring in another layer. Blessings. People use the word blessings in different ways. Some people imagine it as luck, protection, or gifts. But in karmic terms, blessings are also the resources you have. Energy, supportive relationships, opportunities, a stable mind, a healthy body, a conscience that is not burdened. When you oversleep as escape, you drain these resources. You drain time because you lose the morning, which is often the cleanest time for clarity and intention. You drain energy because oversleeping can make the body heavier, not lighter, especially if it disrupts your rhythm. You drain relationships because being late and rushed makes you irritable, and irritability spreads like smoke. You drain opportunities because you show up behind. You miss chances. You look unreliable, and the world responds accordingly. You drain your spiritual progress because the mind becomes dull, and dullness makes it harder to see your own patterns. So oversleeping is not only about a bed. It is about life leaking through a small hole every day. Now let me tell you about someone else, because sometimes hearing a different life makes the lesson land deeper. There is a woman named Priya. Priya is a caregiver. She takes care of her child and an elderly parent. She is exhausted. When she finally gets a moment, she wants to collapse. Sleep feels like the only mercy. But Priya is also deeply sincere. She wants to practice. She wants to cultivate patience and compassion. She wants to stop being angry at the people she loves. Priya struggles with oversleeping on weekends. On Saturday, she sleeps late. On Sunday, even later. She tells herself she is recovering. But when she wakes, she is not refreshed. She feels guilty because half the day is gone. She rushes chores. She becomes sharp. She wastes the evening scrolling in numbness. Then Monday it's like a hammer. One day, Priya hears a simple teaching. It says that diligence is a form of compassion. Not the harsh kind of diligence that whips you, but the gentle diligence that protects your life. She decides to try something different. She keeps her weekend sleep, but she changes the first 10 minutes after waking. When she wakes, she does not grab the phone. She does not dive into complaints. She sits up and places a hand on her chest. She breathes and says quietly, "May I be steady today. May I be kind today. May I not create new harm today." Then she stands and opens a window. She lets light enter. She drinks water. She washes her face. She makes the bed. This is important. Making the bed is not about cleanliness. It is about closing the cave. It is a ritual of leaving unconsciousness behind. It tells the mind, We are awake now. After a week, something changes. She still feels tired, but she feels less trapped. She feels a little more dignity. She feels that she has a choice. And in spiritual life, feeling you have a choice is everything, because awakening begins when you stop being dragged. Now, some of you might be thinking, this sounds like productivity advice. But it is not. It is karmic advice. The goal is not to become a machine. The goal is to become free. Freedom means you can rest when you need to rest, and you can rise when it is time to rise. You are not controlled by craving. You are not controlled by avoidance. You are not controlled by fear. Now let us go deeper into why sleep craving can become so powerful. Because it is not really sleep craving. It is comfort craving. When life feels uncertain, the mind seeks something familiar. The bed is familiar. The blanket is familiar. The darkness is familiar. The mind says, stay here. Nothing can hurt us. But that is an illusion. Because the longer you stay, the bigger the day becomes. The bigger the day becomes, the more fear you feel. The more fear you feel, the more you want to stay. This is how comfort craving turns into a prison. So the practice is not to hate comfort. The practice is to stop confusing comfort with safety. Real safety comes from a stable mind, upright conduct, and wise compassion. Now let me connect this to destiny. Because many people feel that their destiny is fixed. They say, I am just someone who cannot wake up. I am just someone who is always tired. I am just someone who lacks discipline. But these are stories. And stories are not destiny. Stories are habits of thought. Destiny is shaped by repeated choices. If you repeatedly choose unconsciousness, your destiny becomes dullness. If you repeatedly choose small wake-up signals, your destiny becomes clarity. Even if you start very small. This is why in many traditions, diligence is praised not as a badge of pride, but as a protector. Diligence protects you from drifting. Now, I want to tell you a longer story, one that shows how oversleeping can pull someone downward, and how they can climb back without hatred. There is a man named Marcus. Marcus is creative. He has talent. People told him he had potential. But Marcus has a complicated relationship with life. He feels sensitive. He feels overwhelmed easily. He avoids conflict. He avoids pressure. He avoids self-examination. When Marcus was younger, he would stay up late. Late night felt safe because nobody demanded anything. He would watch videos, scroll, play games, dream about the future. Then he would sleep late. He would miss mornings. He would miss opportunities. He would feel behind. He would feel ashamed. Then he would stay up even later to escape the shame. The cycle tightened. Years passed. Marcus did not collapse dramatically. He simply drifted. Jobs came and went. Relationships started and ended. He always had an excuse. I am tired. I am stressed. I need more rest. The world is unfair. People do not understand me. Inside, he felt a quiet grief. He knew he was wasting his life, but he did not know how to stop. One day, a friend invites him to a meditation group. Marcus is skeptical but desperate. He goes. The teacher does not shame him. The teacher asks one question that cuts through everything. When you stay in bed, what are you avoiding? Marcus laughs and says, work. The teacher waits. Marcus goes quiet. Then he says, myself. That is the moment Marcus begins to change. The teacher gives him a simple practice. It is not heroic. It is not dramatic. It is a practice of waking up before you wake up. The teacher says, before you sleep, decide how you will wake. Not with force, with meaning. So Marcus tries it. Before sleeping, he places a glass of water on the table. He sets his clothes out. He chooses a small morning action that he actually cares about. Not a huge plan. A small action. He decides he will step outside and feel fresh air for 1 minute. Then he speaks a vow. Tomorrow, when I wake, I will not negotiate with the pillow. I will stand, drink water, and step outside. The next morning, the alarm rings. His mind begins negotiating. Just a little more. It will not matter. You can start tomorrow. Marcus feels the negotiation. And for the first time, he calls it what it is. Negotiation is craving in a suit. He remembers the vow. He stands. His legs feel heavy. His head feels foggy. But he stands. He drinks water. He steps outside. He feels cold air. He looks at the sky. He hears a bird. He feels something strange. A quiet dignity. He returns inside and realizes something. The suffering was not waking up. The suffering was the endless bargaining, the endless delaying, the endless self-betrayal. When you betray yourself daily, your spirit becomes tired. Not your body, your spirit. Marcus continues this practice. Some days he fails, but he stops using failure as an excuse to quit. He treats it as information. He learns what triggers relapse. Late night scrolling, conflict, unfinished tasks. So he begins to work with those triggers. He creates a gentle night boundary. He turns off screens earlier. He reads something calming. He writes down 3 tasks for tomorrow so his mind stops spinning. He breathes. Slowly, the morning becomes less violent. The dread decreases. And then something else happens. His luck changes. Not lottery luck. Life luck. Because he wakes earlier. He has time to plan. Because he has time to plan. He makes fewer mistakes. Because he makes fewer mistakes. People trust him more. Because people trust him more. Opportunities appear. Because opportunities appear. His confidence returns. Because confidence returns. He feels less need to hide. This is karmic blessing. It is cause and effect. Now, some of you might still be thinking, but I am truly tired. I am exhausted. I cannot just wake earlier. So let me say this clearly. If you are truly sleep deprived, fix that first. Go to bed earlier. Restore your body. A wise person does not practice by breaking the body. But even if you must sleep long, you can still practice the moment of waking. Because the issue is not the number of hours. The issue is the attachment and the escape. You can sleep 8 hours and wake with clarity. You can sleep 10 hours and still wake with clarity. If the extra sleep is real recovery, not avoidance. And you can sleep 7 hours and still feel drained if your mind is full of resentment, anxiety, and late night stimulation. So the practice is deeper than a schedule. It is a relationship with consciousness. Now let us talk about the spiritual meaning of morning. Because this is one of the most beautiful parts of the path. Morning is a doorway. It is the moment the mind is the least contaminated by the day. It is a moment when you can plant seeds. A seed of gratitude. A seed of intention. A seed of restraint in speech. A seed of kindness. A seed of wisdom. When you oversleep into rushing, you lose that planting time. The day begins with chaos. And chaos creates more chaos. So one of the most powerful home practices is to claim the first 5 minutes after waking. You do not need candles, rituals, or complicated methods. You need presence. Sit up, breathe. Remember what kind of person you want to be today. That is cultivation. And if you want to add one small spiritual sentence, you can. Something like, may I be awake. May I be kind. May I act with integrity. That sentence, repeated daily, becomes a karmic steering wheel. Now I want to bring in the idea of compassion again. Because the mind that oversleeps often carries hidden pain. Sometimes it is sadness. Sometimes it is loneliness. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is burnout. Sometimes it is a quiet depression. So please do not turn this teaching into self-cruelty. The goal is not to attack yourself. The goal is to wake up to yourself. When you wake, do it gently. Speak kindly to your own mind. But do not let kindness become indulgence. Kindness must include truth. Truth is, if you keep hiding, your life will shrink. Truth is, if you keep bargaining, your confidence will rise. Truth is, if you keep escaping, you will feel trapped. So the compassionate path is to rise. Rise not to become a perfect person, but to stop abandoning your own life. Now, let me share something that many viewers have told me, because it might match your experience. People say, when I wake up and stay awake, the first 10 minutes are unpleasant, but then I feel better. When I hit snooze, the first 10 minutes feel pleasant, but then the entire day feels worse. This is the exact pattern of craving. Craving offers small sweetness now and larger suffering later. Wisdom offers small discomfort now and larger freedom later. This is why in Buddhist teachings, craving is described as a root of suffering. It always comes with a hidden invoice. Oversleeping as craving is the same. It offers sweetness now, then it charges you with anxiety, guilt, and dullness. Now we come to the part that might sound intense. The idea of falling toward hell. Let us interpret it wisely. Hell is not only a place after death in ancient stories. Hell is also a mind state of heaviness, a mind state of regret, a mind state of compulsion, a mind state of meaninglessness, a mind state where you cannot stop repeating what harms you. When you oversleep as escape, you touch that hell state a little. You feel trapped. You feel powerless. You feel ashamed. You feel the day is chasing you. You feel life is punishing you. But when you rise and choose wakefulness, you step out of hell. You step into a path. So the teaching is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you. Now I want to bring the story back to Daniel. Because Daniel represents many sincere people who want to practice but feel stuck. After a month of practicing sitting up, feet on the floor, washing his face, and breathing, Daniel notices something. He is not just waking earlier. He is becoming kinder. Why? Because he is less rushed. When you are rushed, you become sharp. When you are sharp, you hurt people. When you hurt people, you plant karma. When you plant karma, you suffer later. When you wake with enough time, you can speak gently. You can eat calmly. You can doctor safely. You can listen. These small actions are compassion in motion. Daniel also begins to see his mind more clearly. He notices that the urge to oversleep is strongest when he is avoiding something. A difficult conversation, a task he fears, a feeling he does not want. So he begins to face those things earlier, with smaller bites. He makes the difficult call before it becomes terrifying. He breaks the task into one small step. He writes down his fears and names them. He realizes something that changes everything. The dread in the morning is not the day itself. It is the pile of avoidance from yesterday. So he stops piling avoidance. This is wisdom. This is karma. This is destiny. Now, let us bring in a bit of ancient wisdom in plain English. Confucian teachings often emphasize self-cultivation through daily discipline, not as rigid punishment but as moral training. The idea is that character is formed in small repeated actions. You become what you practice. Taoist teachings often emphasize natural rhythm. When you live against rhythm, you suffer. When you align with rhythm, you flow. Sleeping at a stable time and rising with light is not only tradition, it is rhythm. Buddhist teachings emphasize wakefulness, not only waking from sleep, but waking from ignorance. The moment you choose to rise, you are practicing wakefulness in the most literal way. You are training the mind to step out of unconscious habit. When these streams meet, the message is simple. Live with clarity. Live with rhythm. Live with integrity. Now, I want to offer you a final story to seal the teaching in your heart. There is an elderly woman named Helena. Helena is not wealthy. She lives simply. She has health issues. She cannot do big spiritual projects. But she has one practice that makes everyone who meets her feel peaceful. Helena wakes early. Not because she is forcing herself, but because she wants to greet the day with gratitude. She sits by the window, drinks warm water, and looks at the sky. She thinks of the people she loves. She silently wishes them well. She remembers that life is uncertain. She remembers that waking up is already a gift. She says quietly to herself, "Today I will not waste this gift." Helena does not judge others. She does not lecture, but her presence is steady. One day, a younger neighbor asks her, "How are you always so calm?" Helena smiles and says something simple. "When I stay in bed too long, my mind becomes heavy. When I rise and greet the day, my heart becomes light. So I choose the light." That is the whole teaching. Now let me bring everything home, because I want you to feel encouraged, not pressured. If you are struggling with oversleeping, do not start with shame. Start with one small vow. When you open your eyes, sit up. When you sit up, breathe slowly. When you breathe, remember your intention. Then stand, wash your face, drink water, and open a window. That is enough to break the spell. From there, your path will grow naturally. And if you fall back, do not collapse into self-hatred. Bow inwardly, correct gently, and begin again. The willingness to begin again is spiritual strength. Now I want to share the kind of reflection that often creates deep resonance. Many people discover that what they called tiredness was actually emotional weight. The weight of unresolved resentment. The weight of constant comparison. The weight of scattered attention. The weight of staying up late with stimulation. The weight of living against their own conscience. When they start waking with clarity and practicing upright conduct during the day, they do not just wake earlier. They sleep better. They feel more peaceful. Their blessings return because they stop leaking energy. So if this story touched something in you, I want you to do one thing tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. Before you sleep, put a glass of water where you can reach it. Decide one small morning action that matters to you. Something kind, something simple. Then speak a quiet vow. Tomorrow I will rise and face my life gently. Then when the morning comes, do not negotiate with the pillow. Sit up, breathe, begin. Now it is your turn. What is the real feeling you are avoiding when you oversleep? Is it fear? Is it pressure? Is it sadness? Is it burnout? Is it meaningless? Share your experience in the comments. You will be surprised how many people feel the same, and how healing it is to speak honestly. If you want more long-form stories and practical spiritual training for daily life, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment so the algorithm knows this content matters. If you want to support deeper projects and longer videos, consider becoming a member. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.
At the end of the day, we all need something that brings us back to ourselves. Something that reminds us to slow down, breathe, and stay centered. Simple bracelet can do exactly that. Every bead you touch brings your mind back to calm, back to clarity, back to the present moment. If one of the bracelets you just saw resonates with you, you can find the purchase link in the video description and explore more beautiful styles in our channel store. Let the one meant for you find its way to your wrist.